Corey here. I was amazed to see this, but like a bad smell, you just can't rid of her. If her social media is anything to go by, Kamala Harris is back. The former vice president campaign accounts have relaunched in an effort to appeal to young voters ahead of these midterms. Have a look at this.
So Kamala HQ is turning into headquarters, and it's where you can go online to get basically the latest of what's going on, and also to meet and revisit with some of our great, courageous leaders, be they elected leaders, community leaders, civic leaders, faith leaders, young leaders. I'm really excited about it. So stay engaged, and I'll see you out there.
Corey, I'm hoping that they've also got a recipe section with lots of tasty word salads on it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's all she has behind her. And look, Kamala Harris, where did she go? Like nobody's heard of her since she lost the election. They spent what $1 billion trying to get her into office, couldn't drag her across the finish line. And you think she's going to be the person to mobilize the Gen Z vote? I don't know, maybe get a Gen Z voter to kind of spearhead this campaign. Kamala Harris isn't going to excite anybody. Looks like the Democrats haven't learned anything. She lost bigly in November. And so President Trump's probably happy that Kamala Harris is the face of their failing campaign going forward as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're loving this in the White House right now. But what they're not loving right now, of course, is this ongoing situation in Minnesota. And I want to talk about Tom Homan, the White House border czar. He was sent into Minneapolis to lead the on-the-ground immigration enforcement efforts. And a lot of people have been saying Trump has backed down on this, but I actually reckon this is a big loss for the left because Homan has revealed that they are now letting ICE agents into jails to do what they should have been doing before, which is stop illegals getting out of those jails where they've been arrested for other crimes. And this unprecedented cooperation is now finally happening. Have a look at this.
We currently have an unprecedented number of counties communicating with us now and allowing ICE to take custody of illegal aliens before they hit the streets. Unprecedented cooperation.
Corey, this is a win for common sense, but I would also say it is a blow to Tim Walz, who had been trying to turn this into almost a Fort Sumter start of the Civil War 2.0 situation.
Now, he was trying to put his big boy pants on and be a tough guy when he's trying to pivot away from his Tampon Tim moniker, but didn't really work for him because as border czar Tom Homan pointed out that they've basically conceded they're backing off because this is an issue that Trump won the voters with. Look, the mainstream media, the far left media in America is largely to blame as well because look, former presidents, the Democrats, they've deported people. Obama deported tons of people. And guess what? There wasn't a peep. You didn't have people complaining about it and crying about it. So again, this is just another way for the unions in the government school system to indoctrinate kids, which it's a total shame that you have this indoctrination brainwashing happening in New York City schools, schools in Washington State and elsewhere. They have anti-ICE propaganda posters all over the place. And it's really a good argument for why we should have school choice so that you don't have so much propaganda and kids being used as political pawns in the Democrats' game to try to reclaim power.
Well, it's all about between this and the migration, and the kids, it's all about trying to mint as many Democrat voters as possible. But before I let you go, I also got to talk about this other situation here, the Grammys and their woke fest that returned to our screens this year. Gets worse every year. I don't even watch it, but Billie Eilish and somebody I'd never heard of before called Bad Bunny. Have a look at this.
I'm gonna say, eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans.
Corey, I loved the irony of all these people who live behind walls with security and everything else talking about open borders. But I also want to return to Billie Eilish's comments, too, where she said no one is illegal on stolen land. I mean, again, surely this must apply to her multi-million-dollar mansion as well, right?
Yeah, and look, Bad Bunny, he said we're all Americans. Okay, yeah, this issue is not really about whether, American citizens. If you're an American citizen, you should have nothing to worry about. The ICE immigration enforcement is to kick out illegals. So Bad Bunny, for all Americans. We should be on the same side of this argument here. But this, the Grammys is turned into a cult, right? They just repeat their incantations, try to get some applause, and it's supposed to be about Hollywood, right? It's supposed to be about producing films and great works of art, but they've turned it into a political theater. And Billie Eilish is the biggest hypocrite of them all over the past week, because she said we're on stolen land and has a $14 million mansion. It's like, okay, well, put up or shut up. If you really think we're on stolen land, a lot of people have been calling for her to give her house away. It cost $14 million to the natives in the area. The thing is, she's a hopeless hypocrite that doesn't actually believe what she's saying. She just thinks she needs to repeat these things. And it's really why we need alternatives to Hollywood and the far left producers. We need, news stations on the right, but we also need alternative entertainment, like Angel Studios, for example, here in America. They released a movie called Sound of Freedom that was a bestseller. And so they also did one on the school system called The Death of Recess that just came out. That's doing really well. So we need competition when it comes to entertainment as well. It'll get these people to shut up at some point.
Corey, we're going to have to leave it there, and I'm going to stick to listening to the Apple Classical app. I think, Corey DeAngelis, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much, James. Good talking to you.